Hi everybody, welcome to a new video. It is Friday finally and we are looking at BBIG again. What we've seen today with BBIG is unfortunately another day in the red. We're falling today to a price of about $6, and you can see on your screen this means that we have decreased today by about 4.21%. So really things are not looking too good on the one day. We've seen significantly worse in the past week, but yeah, it's been another day in the red. Like I said, the past week has been quite bad as well. We're going over all of that in this video. If it sounds good, make sure to leave us a like and of course subscribe. Share it with a friend, share it with a family member, anybody that you can, because we are trying to reach 13,000 subscribers. We are now more than halfway there, so a massive thank you to all of you guys who are making it happen. But before we dive fully into the video, it is definitely important for me to inform you guys of the risks. And as you guys know, BBIG is what people perceive as a quote-unquote short squeeze stock. This carries quite a lot of potential reward, but I think it's also important to note this carries a lot of risk. So be informed of the risk. Do not make any decisions based on what I say, because I am not a professional and I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research, like I said. Of course, make sure you're completely informed and you know what you are doing before you make any decisions. But now I've reminded you guys of that, we're going to dive fully into the video and look at what we have been seeing with BBIG. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start off on the 1 and 5 day charts on the simples over here and look at what we have been seeing. So really things moving down today across the day and across the week. From 9:30 up until this point here at about 1:30, we didn't have much at all. But really from this point here at about 25 past, going forwards into 1:30 exactly, we had this massive spike. Now this didn't last and we did continue to fall lower for the day. We had a little bit of a climb towards the end of the day, but you guys will know that is not atypical of BBIG, as we have seen that sometimes in the past towards the end of days, so it does kind of make sense to see it here. The past week you can see Monday was quite red, going forwards into Tuesday that increased significantly, going forwards into Wednesday we just had that slow and steady bleed out, and that actually continued into the majority of Thursday. However, at midday Thursday we had a bit of a growth. And yeah, going forwards from that into Friday, we had more sell-off. So really, Thursday brought us back a bit, but it definitely wasn't enough to bring us into the green, as we were finishing up the week in the red after that big drop. Now, a few key points to take away from that. Yes, the markets as a whole have been quite indecisive. We've been moving down on all of the markets in the past 5 days, as you should know from the YouTube Shorts, which I have just published a few moments ago on our YouTube channel. So, BBIG is not necessarily looking unusual in comparison to the wider market at the moment, which is kind of a good thing and kind of reassuring, especially when we are seeing it in the red. So it's important to note that yes, a lot of our other stocks are doing the same thing at the moment, unfortunately. But before we do go on to do that technical analysis at the end, a few things that I do want to focus on in this video. A few points of info just to remind you guys where we are right now and that sort of thing. And we're going to look at the options, which are actually expiring today for you guys as well. So we're going to start off on Twitter, because we have quite a lot of tweets on Twitter providing quite good information from this stock. So we can see, according to S3, BBIG is the 7th most expensive stock to borrow of stocks with a short interest over 100 million. Shorts are losing and the squeeze is coming. This information coming from iHor, as we have discussed in our previous video on ATER just a few moments ago, and this was actually retweeted by the user FI Wanderlust, you can see 3 hours ago. So really, things are looking good. I'm happy to see that. Of course, it shows that we are in a strong position. And as I have said before, guys, we are really in a strong position with a lot of these short squeeze stocks. But the one thing that is obviously going to be holding us back in the short to mid-term is, are we going to see the interest from retail continue? Are people going to keep buying the stock? Are more and more people going to keep buying the stock? Can we keep the volume up there? Can we keep the long volume up there? And can we keep putting the pressure on the shorts? Of course, if the answers are yes to all of those questions, I do not see any reason why the stock cannot see a short squeeze. And the data that we are seeing is still looking very bullish in my opinion. But now that I've highlighted that, what I want to look at is another thing which is looking relatively bullish, and that is the calls for this week. Now, one thing that I said going forwards into the end of this week is that we did want to really stay above the $6.57 range, because if we had managed to do so, we would have freed up a lot of extra volume when it comes to calls for this week. So calls on the money would have been much better if we just stayed at 650. Of course, also much better if we just stayed at 7 or 750. But yeah, really, we weren't too bad, and we did manage to stay above 6 even, which is quite alright because you can see 6 was really quite a high volume number, the second highest on the chart from here. So we can see $6 exactly. That brought us an extra 4,106 calls which were in the money, which is really good. And of course we have all of these others which were in the money as well. But yeah, the fact that we stayed above 6 gave us quite a few extra, which is really nice. Coming down a bit further, we can see when we look at the puts, actually we do have quite a few puts in the money, but you know, when we look at the numbers, they are not too significant. So we're seeing at 650 a volume of 1.4k, coming down here to 7,500, coming down here to 750, we have 320. So yeah, it's still relatively high, but it's not too bad at all. The data is still looking good. I think that the options are still looking fairly bullish for BBIG based on my personal opinion. Now let's have a look at what the technical indicators read for the past week and the past day, and actually the past month as well. So on the 1 day we can see that we're moving down to a moving average of $6.08. That is of course because we are lagging behind, and as we often do see this spike in the end of day with BBIG, it has been caught out again, and BBIG's moving average has not had time to catch up right now. We can see the MACD trend is becoming bullish towards the end of the day. We often do see that because of that spike, and we also often do see the RSI coming up towards the end of the day because we have quite a bit of buying pressure at the end. We can see on the 5-day chart, we're pretty much almost exactly on that moving average, which is good. We are seeing a MACD trend which is becoming bearish as time does go on, as you may expect from this day or so of red that we have had. On the RSI we are sat on 48. Coming out to the 1 month chart, we can see we're still catching up on that 50-day MA. We're seeing volume today of 15.26 million. We are seeing a MACD trend which is becoming slightly bearish as time does go on. It does appear to be kind of leveling out right now though. We'll have to see what that does continue to do into the next week. And we are seeing an RSI trend at 46. So really, the technicals are not looking bad. The numbers are not looking bad when it comes to short squeeze potential. Of course, actually the numbers are looking phenomenally bullish. But one thing that we need to keep into account, you know, what are we going to see in the next week with BBIG? Ultimately, I think the price definitely could see a little bit more of a decrease, and even if that was the case, I would not be too worried. One thing that I have said, if we can keep that interest there from retail, we're in a really fantastic position. We've seen this with AMC in the past, we've seen this with GME. Again, I'm not saying that the interest levels from investors are the same, but we have seen, you know, continuous price decreases on both of those stocks over the past few months, and the investors over there do not appear to be concerned at all. So I think one thing that we need to bear in mind is that if we do have patience with BBIG, I don't see any reason why this one cannot go higher in the short to mid term. But if I was to see a drop in the Monday, I would not be too concerned at all. However, my opinions can change, and I will be giving you guys a new update going forwards into Monday, and of course hopefully over the weekend as well. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon, guys. Goodbye. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.